And, man, it sure is getting warmer and warmer and warmer each and every day now, isn't it? Man, them temps are starting to really kick in, yes sirree. So, I can't even go out and wear my ding dang hat anymore with how hot it's getting. And honestly, well, them ice cream trucks just ain't what they used to be nowadays. You know, I mean, back when I was a kid, you got them melted, popsicles with the deformed eyes, like them there, hedgehogs and them, pouty girls, with the non-thumbs. And even your Spoodermans definitely were missing a few things, but all those gumdrops and ice cream, delicious, sugary goodness sure sounds pretty good right about now. Whew. Well, it's getting warmer and warmer out where I'm at least where I live. And, man, you know what I haven't had in a while? Just a good popsicle. Just a real good, all-blooded American red, white, and blue delicious popsicle. Little bit of cherry, little bit of raspberry, little bit of cream or vanilla. Oh, it just, a popsicle sounds good right now. However, well, again, them ice cream trucks just don't show up, and well, as a grown adult, going to the store to buy ice cream popsicles for yourself, well, they just don't capture that charm. They don't capture that same sort of feeling that you get, if only there was a way to somehow incorporate my favorite thing of all time in with a nostalgic taste. But I wonder where I could find that. Oh, hey, somebody's at the door. I better go answer that. I just gotta head downstairs real quick and see what's going on. Package for, Mr. Dewey Dewison? That's me. Here you go. This was sent directly from, a fan. Ah, thank you kindly, sir. Yeah. Alright. Well, let me head back upstairs and, let's take a look and see what's in here and just unwrap this real quick and move this around and... Oh boy! Well, this is certainly an interesting treat. Oh boy. I wonder what this is. Special delivery. Well... Mountain Dew Zero Sugar Summer Freeze, eh? Well, I guess Mountain Dew answered the call once again. It's Mountain Dew with a blast of Summer America. Natural and artificial flavors. Summer America. I was just talking about popsicles and bomb pops and, just a good old-fashioned ice cream. In fact, I haven't had quite a good one in quite some time. But, well, maybe we could find out and see if this actually holds up. I mean, from what they're describing, it says it's described as a cherry, lemon, and raspberry flavor mixed with the feeling of summer. Well, let's give it a crack, shall we? Mountain Dew Summer Freeze. And of course, in our signature Mountain Dew glass, get that nice pour going. Oh yeah, that's a pretty looking color, if you don't mind me saying. Now the question is though, will this taste like a popsicle? We'll find out. Hey, Hey, that's not bad at all. That's pretty good. I definitely do taste a little bit of that raspberry, a little bit of that cherry for sure. And it's supposed to have a bit note of lemon, which, I mean, Mountain Dew already has lemon in it because of its citrus flavor. So, really, it's just cherry raspberry. But, hey, you know what? This hits the spot on a hot day like today. You know, that's not too bad at all. I had to go send dear old Crash out to the store and see if he can procure some. I just hope his travels are safe and okay.
Yeah, about that. So, interesting thing happened. I went with Dewey, Hadako, and me to Dollar General to go pick up Mountain Dew Summer Freeze in zero sugar. And I went on the hunt for it, and I found it. So I bought a 12-pack, and I was on my merry way home in the nice, wonderful weather. When all of a sudden, blam! The box actually broke. Not even kidding you. And because the box broke, most of the cans were saved except for one. One can actually starting to fizzle and sprinkle out. But yeah, the box was actually like damaged and messed up. So what you're about to see is my kind of improv to taste test, if you will. And I had to save and salvage all the other cans, which I did. But with that in mind, enjoy my taste test.
Well, hi everybody, Crash here, and so me, Dewey, and Hadako were grabbing this and coming home and hanging out on our way to bring this home nice and safe and sound when the box ripped. Yeah, so box ripped kind of bad. So I've got all the soda right here, and luckily only one can. One can basically got damaged ever so slightly. It's currently spurting out right now. So yeah. So with that in mind, I guess I'm at least going to try it live here on the ground, on the corner, and lots of traffic noise, but screw it. It only makes sense around the end of spring, early summer that I try this outdoors. So, cheers. Alright, well, that's actually pretty good. It tastes a little bit like, a mix of, like, blue raspberry, so kind of like a voltage, a little bit of cherry, and it's got, like, a tiny little bit of, I almost want to say like vanilla. So just like a bomb pop actually. So like it's got a very small amount of it. But I like it. It's actually pretty good. I wasn't expecting, well, this to happen. But yet here we are, so happy accidents. So that's actually pretty good. So, well, that would at least be my taste test of it. I'd probably give this, honestly, a solid like 7 out of 10. It's a good flavor. It'd probably be way better iced and chilled, which I actually
I'm going to propose an experiment with Dewey off camera for him to do, since this is technically a ice pop flavor, and, you know, ice pops are meant to be technically frozen. So, yeah, that does it for at least my taste test.
Well, that didn't go as expected. Oh well. I mean, at least he got to try the flavor. So, now, he did talk to me about that sort of interesting experiment he wanted to try. And, well, we were originally going to film this as a separate segment. But, we kept running into a little bit of a ye old snag, if you will. So, the experiment was, since Summer Freeze is meant to be based off of an icy pop or a bomb pop, what if we took a can of Mountain Dew Summer Freeze and chilled it in the freezer to turn it into a Mountain Dew Summer Freeze, well, popsicle? Well, we tried that a couple times, and the photo that you're seeing here proves that that didn't work. We're still cleaning out the blue in the freezer to this day. So needless to say, that was the experiment, the hypothetical, and that didn't work. So what we managed to do was we managed to at least chill a little tiny bit of it into some ice chips. And we're going to see if it tastes, you know, still like a bomb pop as ice chips. That we managed to at least kind of do. So, let's see if it works. I mean, yeah. It does taste a lot better chilled, for sure. Especially on ice, like I said earlier. But, as far as, like, an actual icy goes, it's good. I like it, but it's kind of impossible to turn it into sort of an actual, like, slushy or an icy. Unless you've got, like, you know, you turn into ice cubes or turn like a professional popsicle. But if there's any of you out there that want to try and turn Mountain Dew Summer Freeze into an actual popsicle, by all means, let us know. Tell us how it goes. So, but this was kind of our attempt at it. And the other problem is that, well, it kind of makes our fingers blue. Which, I'm not complaining. So, but don't go anywhere. Because when we come back, we've got a few of his friends that were able to do a taste test or two. And also give us some of their summer memories. So, see you shortly. Well, howdy, y'all. We're back. So, one of the things I tried to ask a few of Crash's buddies and a few of my friends across the multiverse was, whenever they were drinking Mountain Dew Summer Freeze, what's some of their fondest, favorite summer memories that they've had? And I tried asking a few people across social media, but not a lot of people were able to submit responses in time or able to respond with, like, any sort of inquisiting stories, if you will. So, but I have kind of a fond memory of a little bit of it or so. I remember in my summers, you know, growing up, at least, in my timeline, I remember having a good time always as a kid doing chores and saving up my allowance and getting everything I need done with the yard and everything I need done cleaning the pool and everything I need to get done with gardening and mowing the lawn, so that once a week, every Saturday, when it was hot in the middle of summer, I remember specifically going out and saving all my money so that there was a little local gas station that was right next to where I lived. And every Saturday, I would have my new music to listen to. I have my Saturday morning cartoons to enjoy and watch. And as long as I did all my chores and got good grades, I remember getting up early at about 8 o'clock in the morning, watching all my Toons till about 11. And then, right at about 11:30ish, eat some lunch. And then by noon, I'd go down to the local gas station. And I'd save up all my funds and go and pick up some delicious ice cream. Now, I know some of Crash's favorite ice cream flavors, and don't tell him I told you this. Growing up, were more like cookie dough and like mint chocolate chip and, stuff like that with like a dark chocolate, because that's just kind of what he liked. That lady of his, Hadako, I believe she liked a little more of the exotic and more interesting ice cream flavors from what they've told me off camera. So, stuff with like the mixed flavors, something that was more like a Belgian chocolate or like kind of like a dark chocolate toffee or caramel. So, but me personally, the fruitier and sugarier, the better. Those were some of the best summer memories I had. Other than, obviously, of course, staying up late with the buddies, doing a little bit of gaming at their house and slamming down some Mountain Dew. So, of course, at the time, I was more of kind of an old school Dew type of guy. I did like Voltage quite a bit, but I knew a guy who really, really, really liked their Code Red. So, Code Red was usually pretty good, but Code Red, we usually had with like pizza and wings and stuff. But me, I'm always a classic fan of that original Dew. So, anyhow, the last two clips that you're about to see, we actually shot recently a little collab with our dear buddy Ironhide154. You can check out the full collab of the video over on his channel on youtube.com/Ironhide154 or Ratchet the Gamer, either one. But essentially, him and I teamed up to try and taste test Mountain Dew Summer Freeze, where he tried the one with sugar, I tried the one without sugar. So, what you're about to see is a clip from that. And then afterwards, we managed to snag one more little friend to help us out with some summer fond memories. Check it out.
To the start of summer.
Yes, to the start of summer.
Mountain Dew Summer Freeze.
Summer freeze. Cheers, Dewey.
Well,
That is pretty damn good. Actually tastes just like a freaking bomb pop.
that's what I've been telling everybody.
It freaking tastes like a freaking goddamn bomb pop. If I had to act a popsicle right now and taste this in steam thing.
Well, maybe you should do that one of these days. Compare it to an actual popsicle.
Yeah, and actually, as I think about it now, on the bomb pop, it's red, white, and blue, and blue. I'm thinking maybe like color of the time they got the color of it because of the bomb part being blue. That's what I thought.
See, and it's funny because some people have even made a couple jokes already about the design of the cans and the label.
Yes.
But one person made a very interesting observation. If you look closely at the label art, one of the
Yeah.
popsicles spells the letter DEWSA on the bottom of the popsicle.
Oh shit, it does say that.
Yep. So, meaning that it's referencing a previous summer flavor.
Huh.
So,
Do we know what that previous one was?
yeah, Mountain Dew SA.
Oh.
Hey, if you've never
Hey.
had it, you'll have to hunt it down because it's not out anymore, but you'll have to try it.
And finally, we got our dear friend Intruder 40K, who also was gracious enough to come by and taste Mountain Dew Summer Freeze, as well as provide a unique twist on the Summer Freeze experiment. He wanted to check and see if it tasted well with some of our favorite chips of all time, Doritos, and to see which one compared better to Summer Freeze, Cool Ranch or Nacho Cheese. You're going to have to tune in and find out, but we're going to let Intruder 40K lead off with the last segment. Enjoy. And there he is, his beautiful face.
Hello, friends. So, I was told that there was a new flavor of Mountain Dew, so of course I showed up. And how do you have Mountain Dew without Doritos?
As one would.
Uh-huh. I also asked for a clear glass because I was explained to that this is going to be a bit of a different color. And I actually wanted to see what I was dealing with before it happened. Because sometimes... Oh, that is a blue. Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's all thick blue.
Lord. It's like they know.
Let me do a zoom in. It's almost like they were completely aware. So.
Somebody knows exactly who they're selling this to. I love the can. The can has a lot going on, but the big thing is the 3-color popsicles. Now, I don't know if you're old enough to remember Rocket Pops. They still technically exist, but there was a time when they were like the only one. But if you're really talking about like the popsicle of childhood, it's got to be like you pull them out of the box and then it unravels with all the colors and you got to cut them apart. And if you don't cut them just right, they'll cut you.
And you needed to have good scissors, otherwise, God forbid, it explodes everywhere.
And never your mother's sewing scissors.
Never.
That ends poorly. All right.
Also, there's an Easter egg on the can, too, if you can find it.
Oh.
Look at one of the popsicles.
DNA?
DSA.
DSA.
It's a reference to their previous summer flavor, Dew SA.
Dude. All right.
So, basically, they were like, hey, let's be a little cheeky with it.
I mean, why not? They paid money for this. Somebody in their marketing department really put in some extra time.
They did.
All right. Now, let's see how this works. L'chaim. Oh, there's something going on in there.
Mm-hmm.
Holy... Okay, no, that is literally... That is, minus the sugar, that is literally one of those freezer pops.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And as Mountain Dew should, get Doritos just fine.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But the true gamer combination.
Does it pair well with nacho cheese?
Because you can eat Cool Ranch Doritos with anything.
You can put a Cool Ranch in like a burrito. Gives a little bit of a contrast.
Yep. Okay. So, it tastes nothing like Mountain Dew. But, you can kind of tell it's got that same feel. Like, all the Mountain Dew flavors kind of have that same, like, Mountain Dew consistency. Like, other brands have, like, cola and it's real thick. And then they'll have their, like, lemon lime and it's like, oh, it's sparkly.
Yeah.
Mountain Dew has texture, right? It's like this is a thing that was originally designed to be drank with something else, or
consumed with something else.
And they kept that. But I'd swear they literally just melted one of those big blue long
popsicles or icy pops.
Like every company makes one. There's like 17 different varieties. Nobody ever had the same one. And they just melted it down, and it is now in a glass. And I'm not mad at that at all. That's pretty nice.
Well, enjoy it while it lasts, because it's only available a limited time during the summer. You know, and this isn't the only summer drink they're doing later this summer, too. So.
Wait, they're doing another one?
They're bringing back a certain tropical popular drink with 2 new flavors.
I'm
a certain exclusive of the Bell.
You know that we're going to get to a point where there's going to be more Mountain Dew flavors than not Mountain Dew flavors. You know that, right?
That's true. I don't want to give away too much on camera, but let's just say it's going to involve passion fruit and a Caribbean tropical punch.
Sounds like it's going to be fantastic. You're going to have me over for that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay.
Absolutely. And yes, I will buy the ones with sugar.
Now, you mentioned something about summer memories, especially revolving around popsicles.
Yeah.
There was never one place that whenever we would go as a family, we would have summer vacations. And we would actually vacation somewhere. So we would pack everybody into multiple vans. Somebody had to drag the camper. My grandmother had a camper. It was a cute little thing.
One car was packed filled to the brim with everything else. The other car had pets.
One pet was allowed.
Fair enough.
And I'll tell you what, it was enough. So we would all get to the campground at either Chicoteague or Assateague or other places. And I can't remember which campground we were at, but we were eating popsicles and various others. And I believe one of my cousins had eaten an entire pie and got horrendously sick.
A whole ass pie?
A whole pie. Like, and then he throws up inside the tent.
Oh, no.
I'm like, why would you do that? But regardless, we were eating the popsicles, doing the stuff, having the time. There's a campfire. My cousin is destroying his stomach, but he doesn't know that part yet. We all wake up to horses running through the campsite.
Really?
Literally running through the campsite. And so like, we all go to bed. He wakes up and just wrecks the tent. And then like, we have to like rearrange everything. And then, so no one can sleep in this tent. But this island or area or the part that we're at actually has wild horses. And for whatever reason, they ran through the campsite and right over the tent.
Of course.
Fortunately, nobody was inside the tent.
But still, the tent is destroyed.
Well, I mean, it was already pretty well gone.
Yeah.
So, not the best memory, but as a child, you're like, this is amazing.
That's still
it's
amazing
exciting.
Experience.
It's not my tent. It's not my upset stomach.
But you got to see a man throw up a whole ass pie and a bunch of horses run over a tent.
I at least didn't have to watch him do the vomiting, but I do know that I got to watch the horses from a much better vantage point because I got to sleep in the camper.
There you go.
It was a great time.
All that's missing was the Doritos and popcorn.
To be fair, I hadn't figured out the greatness that was Doritos yet. That was later in life. But, yes, that would have probably made it a much better experience. But I will say that if a summer memory involving popsicles, that is probably the best one I've got. A not summer memory, though, that specifically Mountain Dew and popsicles, you might enjoy this one better. In California, in the gas stations, they have Mexican ice cream and Mexican popsicles and Mexican candies, depending on where you go. And there's quite specifically a lemon, lime, super large popsicle thing, very similar to the ones that I grew up on. In the tube, I grabbed a couple, I opened them up, tasted them, and I immediately knew. So I took them, squeezed them out, still frozen, into one of the large cups you would get, and then 2-liter Mountain Dew.
And?
It was one of the greatest experiences, because it's like You know, like someone who figured out you can make iced coffee with frozen coffee? Like you make coffee, you pour it in the ice cubes when it's cold, and then you put it in the freezer, and then you put those in coffee for more iced coffee that's not going to water down.
All the iced coffee.
It's the same thing. So for those of you watching, if you're going to drink this, get your favorite freezer pop, put it in the glass, and then add the soda. But don't do like I did. Crack them in half, otherwise it's going to float.
Or don't do what we did, which is almost explode the freezer.
You didn't. Lord.
Yeah.
You know better.
We thought we knew better.
Well, we all think we know better. But I'll tell you, friends, at home, there's never a bad time to make a really good bad decision, and that includes mixing sweets. Mix your Mountain Dews with the popsicle that goes best with the flavors. You will not be disappointed.
Well, so ends another fun, exciting episode of the TheInsiderDEWclusive. So, I hope you all enjoyed this fun little summer-themed mini episode and, regular episode, mini episode. This was a lot smaller compared to the pilot. So, I told you all that we try and do shorter episodes going forward. There are going to be a couple more longer episodes further down the line, but that's because certain flavors and certain things have a bit of a history to it. So we kind of want to talk a bit more of a deep dive into some of those. But other than that, I'll probably wind up popping up in some of Crash's other shows and things and stuff. I'm still new to the whole multiverse thing, so you never know where I'm going to show up. But I hope you all enjoyed this episode. So, special shout out to Ironhide154 and Intruder40k for swinging on by and taste testing it with me as well too, and trying the sugared versions as well for us. So, and with that in mind, check out the very first episode we did on Mountain Dew Flamin' Hot as well too. So, and check out the TikTok short we did too, with our little stitched collab with Gary the barbecue chef and Hardizak, as well as our buddy Renji Man 717. So, with that in mind, that about does it. I'm gonna go enjoy some more summer freeze and cool off for the summer. And trust me when I say, this isn't the only summer adventure you're gonna hear from me. This is Dewey, signing off. Ciao.